This is Art TV Network from the October Gallery Studios in Philadelphia. Visit us on the web at arttvnetwork.com. Also, please visit the October Gallery fan page on Facebook and become a fan. Now, here's what's happening in the African American art world. Okay, so as far as whether black art is about the subject matter or the artist, when you talk about black artists being marketed, we're only accepted as black artists, and our art is deemed black art, especially for authors. Authors are categorized in and placed in the black section. But I was surprised when I started painting in 2001. The first two series I did were children and dancers. Now the children were black, but the dancers were all different colors. And when I showed them to people in my own family, which of course black families have people of all hues, they made me feel really bad because my dancers weren't black. They were, because I was going by pictures from Dance Magazine, and they were all different colors. So they made me start painting. Well, their comments inspired, well, made me kind of like molded me into painting black silhouette dancers, and that's what I did, and people loved them. So I went back and I colored in all the white faces and all the brown faces. But when I do a still life, nobody can tell if a still life is done by a black person or a white person. So I think that all black artists have to do is to satisfy the identity crisis within and without. They have some series that they do that represents their blackness, and some series that they do just for expression, like you were saying. And still lifes are a basic or a really good stay for that. It's a good category for that.
Yes, we're here at the October Gallery. It's a beautiful thing. What you said was powerful. What the sister just said there, because there needs to be like a movement, like a mass movement. We can push this thing through and really drive, hit them where it hurts and get paid at the end of the day, okay, and make a living and have enough, income coming in so we can take care of the 3 or 4 generations to come after we pass on, okay. I believe that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's a movement that has to happen on all levels, from the top to the bottom, and art has that type of power. It can do that. Like you said, we're talking about the hip hop, okay, but the R&B, the blues, the soul, but the art always has something to do with the music. Okay, if you had an album cover, you had that picture. What's that album Marvin Gaye had out? The one where, yeah, come on, the photographer was taking those pictures. Look at the guy who did the Jet magazine, the Centerfolds, or what's his name? He was a singer at one point, I believe. So, if we have a mass movement, I know that there was a movement in the late 50s, I guess, in the 60s and 70s, where a lot of African Americans had businesses. They had it. Guys coming back from Vietnam and things like that, they were getting that money. A lot of first-time generation students going to college, able to get college degrees. So the money was coming in the black community. Okay, what happened, we fell through the cracks, unfortunately. But I believe there's another movement coming, and it's going to start with our young people. It's about y'all. We got to pass it on to you all. It's y'all getting the ball. Really. We're here, okay, but y'all got to carry this ball.
Wow. Yeah, I agree that artists. There's a need for artists to be paid now. I believe that it's a right to leave something for your family and to enjoy it a little bit while you're alive. I think that the next generation has a great power and great potential to carry a movement towards being found in the general populace. So I'm hoping that my daughter takes communications and in her studies and goes in that direction and speaks out for the movement in some way, whether it be just for herself or having a mother as an artist who may or may not have had the opportunities that she's going to see other young people in the liberal arts or fine arts schools today have. But for myself, I would love to find my work, my books, what I create, to be just a symbol of what I create, and not a label for somehow defining me as a woman, as an African American woman. I'd like you to see me as a person who is an African American person. You're going to get some of my stories, and I appreciate that. I do sort of separate some of what I do when I create. I do certain things to tell a story, to keep the story alive, kind of thing, to expose people who are like this other artist said here, who are older generations, some of the younger generations, just to keep that. I feel a certain sense of purpose of keeping a narrative for those people who may not have been exposed. Now, I do feel that. I feel that as an artist. But I also feel a more open sense of expression, that I don't want to be pigeonholed or held up to some standard that would keep me from moving past being a teacher. I just want to enjoy being an artist. So that's my hope for myself and every artist of African American or Asian or anyone, because when I have a show, I often have a book there for people to write to me, and I get information from people of all different cultures, and I really enjoy that. They connect, and sometimes I'll get an Asian person who lets me know at the end of it by giving me some of their writings, and I can't read it, but they let me know they've been at the show, and they related somehow, and to keep doing what I do. And I don't know, I don't speak to them per se, but I get a sense that they don't care that I'm an African American person, or since I'm not there and there's no photograph of me, they may not even know if I'm an African American person, but they do know that there's a story, and I always refer to it as American story. So my hope is that to make money, like I said, and also to just be seen as an artist and an individual.